Got it in the mail today, and it's a cheap one. I went cheap. This is a $55 fuel pump, brand new fuel filter. I wrote the date on here and the pump to see maybe I can come back and follow up if this thing really goes crap out in like a month or a year, who knows. I mean, the other one was made by Bosch. 55 bucks. Does not come just straight bolt in. The bus has spade terminals. This comes with threaded terminals. Dug around in my toolbox and got some of these add-on spades. Something you'll notice with the Chinese pumps is they have a smaller stud and a larger stud for negative. So you couldn't inadvertently put a negative terminal, well, excuse me, you couldn't inadvertently put a positive terminal on ground. The pump inlets and out are the same size. So that's the reason for marking these positive and negative on the outside and big, bright, because I'm going to be on my back, crawling around under the car. And the last thing I want to do is anything extra down there, like troubleshoot or make a mistake. So try to make it easy on yourself, and that's another reason for having the fuel filter attached now. I'm going to put all this in as a unit as it came out, because that's a hose clamp I'll have to do on my back, and that one, and so forth. It's the middle of the night. I've got all the fuel lines replaced on this bus. I went from the tank through the firewall here, follow the flashlight, going around to the rail, the hoop rather, to that distribution valve with the sensor in it of some sort. I don't know what that sensor is yet. I don't have a manual. It's in the mail. I'm working faster than the mail. And then that runs over to the right hand loop and down around there, and then up to this yellow tube. Now that's temporary, and I'll explain that in a second. Then that goes to the pressure relief valve where the light is. I'll move it so you can see, and that runs back to the tank. So the reason for this yellow line is because this thing's had bad gas in it, 8-9-year-old gas, and I've got new filters, new fuel pump, and I want to run the fuel pump just to get some of that trash out of the rail and anything that might be in the lines. I thought you might be curious to see what comes out of here. What I've done is run a jumper from the starter to the positive on the fuel pump, and right back here I can reach the negative terminal. So let's look in the bucket. Starting out dirty, but oh gosh, big chunk of mess there, but it's cleaned out. Well, that pump is healthy. Last night I hopped in this thing and I was working on the fuel pump, and I had run it through that bucket and then rehooked it up again and ran it through the relief valve. So I got fuel in it for the first time, and I was turning the key to see if I could get the fuel pump to cycle, and it went boom. So I instantly turned it off. I've got the camera now. Let's see what it does. The fuel pump's having trouble running. You can, I've got the solenoid relay apart, and on the solenoid in the relay, you can manually push it, and it powers the fuel pump, but it won't do it individually right now. I'm not sure. I've got to test some more, but I'm excited right now that it's running. Just gave it a little prime by pushing the fuel pump. This old girl moved.